No, I'm good. We have changed up the music a little bit today. We'll see how it goes. This is let me see if I can get it working the way I want it to, though. This is a group called Breakout or Breaking Copyright is the YouTube. So youtube.com/@ Breaking Copyright. Content is available without royalties for all YouTube channels and videos, not commercially, as long as you credit Breaking Copyright and the individual artists, which for some reason I can't get it to open and tell me what those artists are. So I will find them and put them in the show notes, even though they're not there right now. They've got a lot of really cool music. Very, very neat music. I know though, just sharing this with you guys, since again, I don't have the credits right yet. Add the song name along with the artist name and the song link in your video description. I haven't been able to find that yet. I don't know if these are specifically by Breaking Free, but it's not giving me the notes for some reason. Like, it won't tell me exactly what each one is, so I will find it and I will make it work. Because it's really neat music. And it's bugging me that I cannot get that. But anyway, we'll get it put in there. If you turn down just a hair. Sorry if that was loud. But if you are interested in this sound, Mystic Manny, good morning. If you're interested in this music, you can go to Breaking Copyright on YouTube. Some amazing playlists on there already. Just again, make sure that you give credit to Breaking Copyright and the artist in your video description, which again, we're gonna do. Hopefully you guys can still hear it. We're gonna do that. It's just not there yet. But again, if you want to check this playlist out, you can go to Breaking Copyright and look up fantasy, copyright-free fantasy music. And it's got a pretty good playlist here that we're looking at. So, pretty happy, excited about that. And we'll get started here in just a minute. I believe this is called, if I'm reading this correctly, oh, there, never mind, I just found it. Okay, I've got to keep track of this playlist. The first song was For Tomorrow by SAVFK Music, and this one is Unexplored Moon by Miguel Johnson.
Emotional fantasy piano? Ooh.
Yeah, very interesting stuff. So again, we're going to keep that going in the background for a little bit. I'll probably stop it after 5 songs or so. Just let me know what you guys think of it. It's a good departure from what we're used to doing, although I still love White Bat and Harkeninger. I just am in a different mood today. Oh, Finny. If you want to come up, Finny, you can't get down when I try to pick you up. I don't know what that means. I'm a dog. You're my buddy. He's my buddy. Very much my buddy. He's not going to stay. He's going to get irritated. All right. How's everybody doing? Everybody good? Yeah. I do not get flagged for White Bat, but I put it also in my opening credits and I put it in my video descriptions, and I have never had a flag. I did have one that flagged on Herkninger, but it cleared out. And it will flag. Even this will probably flag, but then when it flags, I respond with the copyrights are per the group, and or per the whoever the creator is of the channel. So that usually makes it. Yeah, I always put it in the description. And even then, like I said, it has, well, White Bat's never flagged, but Herkninger and some other ones have flagged because it's automatically flagging because it finds the content. And then when I respond to the flag, I say, look, I'm not taking it down because I'm following the rules of the person that's there, and then it's never been an issue. And I don't monetize anything anyway, and it's never going to be a thing for us, I don't think. I don't know, if things ever get that big, I'm not sure I want to be that big. You know what I mean?
Well, I'd like to not do what I'm doing if we ever make it there.
Oh, I don't think we're going to make that through this.
Probably not through this, but maybe.
Maybe through a mix of things.
Maybe other things.
Maybe. All right. So, I mean, the music's just beautiful too, and I like to change up, and music is very altering to us. That should be a topic at one point. This is Enchanted Keys of Moon. It is emotional fantasy piano. So again, these are just orchestral music, and fantasy type music somehow draws me on these journeys. I have a lot of difficulty with them and engaging and expressing it because I have a very hard ego issue that I need to work through. And it's come up a couple times lately, and it is very difficult. To me, it's my next level of things that I need to address in myself. So eventually, hopefully, I'll be able to work through that, or regardless, that's going to be a topic for me. But anyway, outside of that, we'll make music a topic for another week. I do want to share that this week we're doing a full show today, but oh yeah, seriously, Mystic Manny, I would be okay with doing that. Like, that's not a no. I don't ever picture this. Never pictured the channel actually being a financial moneymaker. But
oh my god, that would be awesome if we could do that.
Yeah, that reminds me. I've got to redo the ending credits so that everybody's on there the way I want them. We got to do that soon in GIMP. We'll work on that. And Manny, we have sent a couple people your way. I'm not sure if they've been there or checked it out, but I know you guys, and also Dragon Dance, the Dragon Alchemist on here now, is also very interested in kind of how all that is going, meaning, maybe growing channels and growing content. One thing I did want to talk to you about, if you're interested, and this is really for anybody I'm willing to do when we want to do this with, and then we'll actually get started with the show because I'm blabbing too much. But Rook is going through a life coaching program, right? Or spiritual coaching.
No, it's definitely holistic. It's not spiritual.
Life,
yeah.
Okay.
Life coach.
And then I just finished a quantum healing facilitating thing that I'm going to work on a couple of things. I think Dragon Alchemist, good morning. I think you and actually
I need to check
Tabati
paranormal.
both. She was in the chat last night, I think.
Oh, was she?
Mm-hmm.
I'm gonna check
in Discord. But I think I'm going to try. I'm going to get the initial process together, and then we'll get on a call, and I'm going to kind of go through what it is and how it works and kind of share it because it's so cool. But Rook and I have talked about offering a very inexpensive like healing package. I don't know how to say it because that sounds stupid to me. Or just like when people are having difficulties, having I don't even want to say a barter system, but a system that people can access things that we know how to do and have experience with without having a whole lot of money. So there'll be like and it's like a 3 or 4 step thing that we would put together. And that 3-step program, 4-step even, might look like somebody comes in and says, hey, things are really difficult. And we say, well, look, I know quantum healing, facilitation, and this is what it looks like. Rook does life coaching. Dragon Alchemist does Reiki and herbalism. And if you want, we can set up a system where people can ask for those services as kind of a group or individually, of course. But it would be an offer on both sides.
Sorry, baby.
And those services kind of come as a package, meaning, for example, if somebody's like, look, I don't have any money, I'm homeless, or I'm really poor, I don't really have a whole lot. It's like, okay, well, what do you do? And if they say, well, you know, I'm really good at tarot or anything, and I say, okay, well, do a tarot reading for one of us. That's your payment, and then we will do some things with you, give you a couple of sessions on those different things that might be needed, and create a rounded system. This idea came from somebody else, by the way. A rounded system of healing that doesn't focus on one person or one type of thing, and it allows people who don't have a lot to do something. But just keep that in your mind, in the back of the mind. I would like to, when we were doing the Order of the Patchwork Pagans, with Dragon Alchemist and some others, that was the idea behind it, is that we can loosely associate together. Everybody's a part of the Order of the Patchwork Pagans, right? And they say, oh, look, if, you know, you don't really need quantum healing facilitation, here's what it is, but you don't need that. You need direct life coaching. Okay, well, this is the person to go to. You really want to dive into the mystic occult and you know, wizardry and stuff, then you go to Mystic Manny. Or if you really need herbalism, you go to these people. And that was the idea behind Order of Patchwork Pagans, which is still in existence. It's just we haven't done anything with it. And Rick and I talked about getting our LLC back to kind of have that as part of the process. So anyway, we'll talk about that later. That's not a new idea. It's been on our minds for a while. We've talked about it a few times. But what I don't want it to turn into is $1,000 to spend time with us. That just, I can't do that stuff. It just feels wrong. There can be a charge, of course, but I feel like we give people more than one way to get to what they need. But it would require work. If you can't pay, then you're going to have to do something, you know? All right. I think we should go ahead and call in the corners, because I need to cleanse myself, because I'm in a bad mood-ish.
Me too. Well, I'm just not in a focus space. Okay, you ready?
Yeah, I'll start this time. You ready? Mm-hmm. Hear me, friends and ancestors from the East. Hear my voice carried on the air of clarity and truth. Watch over us as we cast our circle of safety and love.
See me, friends and ancestors from the South. See my flame of passion and creation seared into the energy of the universe. Watch over us as we cast our circle of limitless possibility.
Feel me, friends and ancestors from the West. Feel my love, fear, sadness, and joy washed into the rivers of compassion. Watch over us as we cast our circle of connection and motion.
Reach me, friends and ancestors from the North. Reach my feet and hands, the earth in my toes and work of my fingers. Watch over us as we cast our circle of grounding and protection.
Know me, friends and ancestors from the ether. Know my intents, know my heart, and know my spirit. Watch over us as we ask you all to join us in perfect love and perfect trust. Hear, see, feel, reach, and know that the circle is safe, the circle is sacred, and the circle is cast.
Thank you, and be it so. Tina, I don't want that right in your face, Artie. Can you wait until the incense burns down? Can I pick you up? Please? I don't want that in your face. Oh.
All right. We're going to get this started in just a minute, but I'm trying to set something up real quick. It just won't do. I'm trying to repeat one song instead of looping the entire playlist. Let's see if this does it. Okay, so we'll see what happens here. I don't want to end up with like 50 things I have to put in that list because it has a limit. So this current song, the fourth one, is Signal to Noise by Scott Buckley. So, looks like Scott Buckley has quite a few on here, so we might let those play out, but we'll see how it goes. Can you guys even hear the music? I know it's a little bit quieter than normal, but White Bat is a pretty hefty go.
Hey, Teachy. You're my baby.
All right.
My baby. You need eye drops?
No, she does not.
You need eye drops? I like to put her eye drops in every day twice. But I don't think she likes it.
Alrighty. We're here and we are queer. I'm just kidding. Well,
We were yesterday. We're here in queer, but not here in Naples.
Yeah, in Naples. So yeah, like that idea of letting people see a group, and like you buy a whole package of something, or energetically do it. Like, I just kind of feel like that is something we can do and offer to somebody. Going back to our first comment of, I need to be offering back to something, and I was looking at ways to volunteer and do all these other things. Like, wait a minute, I have skills. Like, I have tarot, I have this quantum facilitating healer and metaphysics process that works, and it's built on psychology. It's very intense. I do want to experience it a few times. A couple people have allowed me to get some extra practice with it, so I want to do that first. But the idea to allow people to have that access, I think, is just really cool. I do want to... I don't have my big drink this time. I wonder if this will help. Oops. It may not. Nope. There's nothing I can do there. Okay. I don't know how to deal with this glare. It's just always been a thing, and even with the blinds down and a blackboard in front of it, it still makes this incredibly terrible shine. And it's really annoying. But Nutella. She does not like being called racist, but you know what? You gotta call it when you see it.
What are those candies that are like caramel and white something? That's what she is, a moo. What is it? A moo something?
Cowtails?
Maybe that's what it is. It's like a caramel. It has a white cream in it. That's what
Cowtail.
her looks like. Look, she's got the brown and she got the white on her belly and everything.
Oink oink, piggy.
I'm a cowtail. I'm a cowtail.
Love her.
Cover your butts, sweetie ladies. Cover their butts.
Yeah, cowtail. That's what I thought. So I want to talk about our first thing this morning. Is this really, really cool crystal that I got, and I love it. Trying to block this light. We got this at...
Trying to remember. I remember it not too long ago, right?
Yeah, we got it at Kava Culture during Jeremy's birthday in the Luau.
Oh, where I got
one of the
book.
vendors.
You got that, and I got the mystery book, Date with a Book.
Yeah, and this is the actual pyrite pieces along with quartz. And it is even prettier in person. I wish... Can I get the camera right? So you can see little sparklies. It's tons and tons of little crystallets. It's so pretty.
Hey, boo boo.
So Kava Culture doesn't, but Kava Culture and pretty much all of them, a lot of them have a lot of mystic style vendors, I think is the best way to say it. They do... I just want to see what it's currently playing. I think it's the same one. Okay. But they'll have vendors and stuff that will come and do a lot of stuff. And a lot of them have crystals, books. There's witches. There's tarot. They do all of it. They've asked me a few times, a long time ago now, to do tarot, and I've always said yes, but then it just never came to fruition. And I'm trying really hard to make it happen now, but...
And you should, because it's been different people. It was a manager that's no longer a manager, and it's come up different times, different friends
Yeah,
and customers and people just randomly telling them. So I think you should do it.
I do. I want to.
Just go up today and just take our cards and or whenever and set them up.
It does look like a sparkly hedgehog. But yeah, so that's this one, and it is so pretty. Like I love that. But the other thing I wanted to pull out today is this. This is polychrome jasper, and I love jasper. I love spheres, but this particular jasper, I keep it with my dragons that Joy gifted and birthed to us. But jasper is one of those things that you can have like a 10,000 different types of. And what I like about spheres is they feel like worlds to me. So when I get into meditation, I can look at them and imagine what the swirls are, and then what the animals or the life look like that are on the swirls. Trying to cover it up, yeah. We need a better camera for this. But yeah, so jasper is a very healing and grounding stone, but it can be used for just about anything because it's so versatile, and you have so many different kinds of jasper. A lot of other stones that we call different things are also actually a type of jasper. But something about the spheres that gets me just going.
Ooh, a cinnabar quartz?
I love cinnabar quartz,
that?
but I don't
heard of that.
have a piece of it. I have something similar to cinnabar quartz, but
I think I should get one.
I'll show you.
What does that look like? It looks like a solar. What do you say? A galaxy? I can't see it.
A planet.
Planet? It's so bright. You know. Oh, what is
That's
that
not
one?
it. That's rainbow quartz. The rainbow quartz is generally not real.
But it could still be inspiring. Rainbow quartz. Okay. That's really pretty.
Oh,
What's that red one?
these are cinnabar quartz, but
Red something quartz. Red smelling.
smelting.
Some smelting.
I am going to share this real quick because I don't know how it's gonna look. I don't know why it does this.
You know, I don't have any of the round ones. What are these spheres? I have 0.
Spheres.
Why do I have 0 ever? None. So weird. I have none.
I just want to share this screen real fast, guys. Look at this one. Isn't that pretty? Holy crap.
I totally meant to go by that rock store yesterday when we were in Naples, and I forgot.
It's not specifically what you're talking about, Mystic Manny, but I just wanted to share it because it came up. This is like a piece of raw cinnabar inside of an acrylic sphere. That's cool. That's really cool. Though some of those are not real cinnabar or actual cinnabar. Like this right here is what it would look like an appropriate piece to me, or even this one. If this is what you're talking about. But I mean, all spheres I feel like is a little planet, little world. You probably can't see it. I'll try to show it in the corner, but I can't zoom on this camera that we have. It's not a good zoomy. But yeah, like if you get into it, you can see those bands, and it just gets you going. Don't mind our messy. You won't be able to see it. See, if you look at dead ahead on the left and the right, there's these big cabinets. They're full of stones, and that one over there has got tons of spheres in it. And then of course the one back there does too. On our that's my Green Man altar. I love how it distorts like an angle. Anybody want? That's our our cabinet of oils and herbs. But anyway, okay. And our altar, if anybody's ever wanted to see our altar right there on the right side. Anyway. So yeah, that's very cool. And we might have to go try to find cinnabar today if we can find an open location.
I would like to go. I would like to find an orb of some sort. I don't have any.
A sphere.
I have a fake glass sphere with a fairy in it, which is cute, but
yeah. I have a picture, a bumblebee jasper. I have a carnelian sphere, which I absolutely love. I have pyrite. I have tiger's iron, and tiger's eye, which are two different versions. I have aura quartz, the Kambaba jasper, Larimar sphere, selenite. It's one of my favorites. And a lot of jasper ones, different kinds of jasper. But we can talk about that all day. We're already running fast over the time I really thought I would. Because I can talk all day about this.
Have a cowtail. Hi, cowtail. She's a baby.
Yeah, wrong site. Thanks for joining. Yeah, please. Maybe you got into my history somehow. Just kidding.
2 pounding? Is that what it said?
It is exactly what it says.
Hey, that sounds kind of interesting. I might have to Google that. 2 pounding pagans.
Jesus, Mary and Joseph.
I want a shirt that says 2 pounding pagans.
Nah.
You gotta do it.
I would wear it though. I would wear it.
Because everybody needs a good pounding.
Yeah, or a good 2 pounding pagans cup. But I didn't realize this had the 2 in it.
Yeah.
We need to make some more.
We need to make some more of those and t-shirts and get the shit going. And I feel like we need some updated things. So.
Yeah. So yeah, like, and you know, so don't forget, that's funny. Next week, we're going to do the show next week at 9:45, but it's only going to last like 20 minutes or 30 minutes. And it's going to be on the ride. So next week we really want to go to our UU service. We haven't been in a while. And we just want to check it out. It's been kind of a while. I'm not a huge fan of it consistently because it's just, I have to close some of this stuff out because it's very Christian feeling in the pew setting, right? The pew, it's just it's a little weird. But we do want to go periodically because we are members, so we're going to check that out. Yeah, we're going to check that out next week. So it starts at 10:30, I think, and we need to be there like usually 15 minutes ahead. And so we want to get there, but we're going to do the show on our iPad on the way in. And that is, and obviously there will be no tarot next week, but we will today. So you'll get to ride with us to church, congregation, we should say. All right. So we're just checking. Let me check one more thing and see if it's
breaking copyright. What is that telling us? Scott Buxley?
That's the name of it.
Oh.
This channel is breaking copyright. I'm gonna pause the music. We listened to a couple of extras there, and you know, there's already 6. And I don't have them in the description yet. I want to make sure I get those copyrights in there, those credits. I mean, so before it's too late. I hope you can edit the description afterwards, the show notes somehow, because I want to make sure we give credit where credit is due. Just like with Herkninger and Whitebat, they don't charge at all. They don't even, well, they do require you to credit Karl Casey at Whitebat Audio, but the least you can do is donate a little bit of money for somebody to give you free content to use. So that's a big thing for me. Moving on from the 2 pounding pagans.
I can't get over it. I love it. Now I've got to make a shirt.
We've got like 5 shirts we have to make.
I know. The cricket has to come out this week. The cricket and the fucking aquarium have to be done this week.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
Don't criticize me.
I'm not criticizing you. I'm just, at some point, I'm going to just take it down when you're not watching and get rid of it.
That'd be a big problem.
Yeah, well, you'll get over it.
Maybe. But I understand where you're coming from.
Yeah, that is good. I wouldn't even be
that a t-shirt.
I wouldn't even be mad if we used a variation on the what's our thing called? The logo.
Oh yeah.
Maybe in red and black or red.
Maybe to cross out and put behind, or put like a
Lord
faded pounding behind, and then under the.
Lord of mercy. Okay.
That's too good to not. Yep.
All right. Well, so we talked about since we went to Pride yesterday, we wanted to have that as part of our conversation today. And also, you know, it was in Apocrypha last night, as some of you watched. So kind of a continuation of that topic, but obviously from a more personal standpoint. But before we get to that, we do want to talk a little bit about what we're doing, like we always do, what we're reading, what we're learning. Like I said, interestingly, my coolest thing lately is finally passing my third and final class of
Yay.
quantum healing facilitation. I'm pretty excited about it. It's a very neat system. It's very work intensive on my behalf, meaning there's a lot of things I have to do. It is chakra based and energy based healing, and it goes off of the mindset that the most healing I can do for you is by facilitating your soul to heal itself. That's how it works. It's really important that that from the quantum facilitating aspect, that the healing is done through the quantum idea, right? That things are here and there at the same time. We are all one. We are all connected. All those principles on top of, I can't heal you. Now I can send you good energy, but you have to accept that energy and use that energy. It doesn't just show up on your doorstep. And the facilitation is that idea of how we help facilitate healing in others. But it's very cool, very interesting. I'm excited about it. And then I'm in a new class. It's advanced metaphysics, and I forgot the other philosophy and stuff. I forgot the full actual name of it. But this is the book I'm reading right now. I'll show you. The Astral Plane. It's Scenery, Inhabitants, and Phenomenon by C.W. Leadbeater. Many of you may know this writer. This is a pretty influential writer in the realm of like metaphysics and theosophy. So that's what I'm reading right now. I haven't got too far into it, but it does speak to me on quite a good detailed aspect. And then also I'm still reading Journey of Souls. And later today, we're going to be heading up to the UU on Shire and just do some meditations out in the land. I'm excited about that. What are you doing?
So first of all, what I'm going to work on, I know we joke, but it is frustrating about me starting a whole bunch of things. So this week,
Oh, we don't joke.
I'm really going to work on identifying things I can pack up and take out of here to storage. It's too much of a reminder. If I see something, oh, I'll go buy a book or buy this thing, and I don't ever get anything really going. And it's a hindrance or a blockage to me doing any one thing. So I need to get a lot of my things out and in storage. But what I'm reading about, I haven't read any books, but I'm in my class to problem solving with Thomas Francis, and the class I'm in right now is the 180-degree principle, a contrarian approach to problem solving, which is really neat, and it's coming up with main ideas, alternative or different solutions that maybe we wouldn't think. And there's basically 4 simple steps. What is the problem? What is the problem? Is it a real problem? Is it a problem in your mind? And then why is it a problem? What can you do what would have to change to eliminate or solve the problem? What should you not do to solve the problem? And it's about looking in places that you wouldn't think. So instead of just feeling defeated or doing the same old, it's really about trying to look in unlikely or different places for a solution. And of course, the 4th step is to execute, follow through with a plan. So it is really it's really interesting, and I look forward to learn more about the contrarian approach, doing the opposite of what you would normally do, or thinking outside of what you would normally do.
I love the saying, if you always do what you've always done, you'll always get what you always got, which is, I see right here. That has been a guiding principle for a long time, but you got to think of the opposite of it too. If what you've always done is working for you, you don't have to shit on it just because you want to change.
Yeah.
So it goes both ways. I like the contrarian approach.
Is it really a problem, or is it in your mind? Is it a problem in your mind, or is it really a problem, do you think?
Yeah. And there is a lot of literature out there on the contrarian approach, by the way. That's not just a Thomas Francis thing.
Well, I think I'm interested in it.
It's good. It's a debate technique. I know Malice talks about it. Adius, sorry. Talks about it quite a bit, and using that approach, because it functions in quite a few different ways.
And maybe should bees.
So yeah, that's very cool. It's enjoyable. I love it. Today's topic is pride.
Pride. People love pride.
I am going to start off with you because I don't know if you were able to listen to the show last night because we were moving around a lot.
I couldn't hear because you had your things in.
So one of the things we mentioned last night, one of the things that I still have thought about a lot is I don't like pride as the phrase. I don't like it called pride. It's not the right word, but it is what it's called. So I think we keep it. So it is what it is. Pride itself, the real reason I think it's called pride is because we're proud of being able to be who we are in the face of the adversity that we still receive. That's where the pride comes up, and it's okay to be proud of things. I'm proud of my accomplishments of CKF. I'm proud of my ability to do things in a way that is meaningful. I'm proud of a lot of stuff. I don't know that I'm proud to be gay, but I am proud to be able to be myself in the face of adversity. So in a way, yes, I'm kind of proud to be gay. But it's not really that. Like this doesn't fit exactly right. And we talked about this last night, and it does ring true. But it is called pride, and that's okay because we're allowed to be proud of stuff. And you know what? If somebody is extremely feminine and they get judged for that, and they wear their rainbow flags, that's okay. They're allowed to do that. It's really, I don't know. It just it bothers me that it's such an issue to others. So I wanted to go deeper into like kind of my personal feelings on pride, and I do include in that mindset, which is a little bit different. Or at least I didn't share as much last night as I hold. So this is probably not the most agreeable thing that people are going to know about me, and that is if there are events that include highly sexualized energy and movements, I think those are okay. Human beings are highly sexualized creatures. Some are not. If you're not, you don't go. It's up to individuals to decide what they need to do and where they need to go and how they need to do it. A pride event in a park, not the place for that.
No, it is not. In my opinion.
Now, if they have pride in the park and they have a large covered carnival tent and they want to have things occur in there, sure. I think people should be allowed to do that and have that expression of who they are like anybody else. But I don't obviously think it should be visible to children at that particular moment. So I think a lot of people just say that's disgusting when they see, and I people having sex in public, for example. And I'm not saying like in public, like just at a public beach maybe, or at a nude beach, There's places for that to happen. It's not at the Pride Fest. The Pride Fest, to me, should be about the community and the engagement and the enjoyment of our community. So, but people think that just because Pride has gay people and then gay people all do those other types of events like Cherry in DC, that's not Pride. It's not supposed to be. And it's blocked. You have to be a certain age to get into it and do it. And a lot of their stuff is inside. It's usually like a bar crawl, right? There are parades, and yes, there are guys in thongs in the parades. Those things are highly sexualized, but those people should be allowed to express themselves the way they want to too, as long as it's not infringing on other people. And if you have kids, you don't take them to that. But again, people are saying that because both of those include gay people, that Pride is bad and scandalous and all about sex. They're not the same thing. Pride is a community event, right? It is not a circuit party. That's the word I was looking for. It's not a circuit party, right? Exactly. Day Pride, Night Pride, perfectly acceptable to me. The kava bar we go to, that's no minors after niner.
So wonderful.
Fine. I still think there's a little bit of limit to that in public, of course, but it's at that point they're separate things, and I think I wanted to be clear on that because I don't. I think it's okay to be prudent if people want to be prudent, but it's also okay to not be prudent if you're not a prudent person. Just like I really despise slut shaming. If you have 150 partners or if you're polyamorous, I'm absolutely 100% for that. I don't see how people see that as pushing it on me. If there's a polyamorous parade, great. I'm not going to go to it. It's not for, but they can celebrate that and be proud of that working for them. You know what I mean? That's at least my thought on this whole thing. It's just like kind of working it into a, and we talked about this last night too. It's that you have to have one or the other. You can't have and all the things in between, and or things be both, and that's just not true. You can. Things are both by nature. They're both and more. But I can't stand, and I hate that things like a DC circuit party or DC's Cherry, which I've been to, and it is not appropriate for the public. That should be a reflection on that instance, not a reflection on Naples Pride, which had to do its drag show inside because they say drag shows are sexualized. These shows are not sexualized. Now, if they move it inside, they probably did get sexualized because they had to do it inside, but that's not the same performance they would put on in public, just like drag reading, which infuriates me that people are upset about that. How often do people dress up in characters? Then they don't realize that drag might be a way of life for many people, but it is a character. Even people who do drag say it's a character unless they become out trans, right? Somebody comes out as trans and it no longer is a character. But hell, we have had straight guys do drag on the show, RuPaul's Drag Race, right? It's a character, and it's a embodiment. It's an exaggeration. If anybody has seen Trixie Mattel or Bianca Del Rio, they are exaggerations of life, of embodiment of joy, and that should be celebrated. And I don't understand why people think that is sexualizing, because they're conflating those other things into it. You know what I mean? Like, I've been to a drag bar at 1 a.m. with a drag show where it was highly sexualized. She's singing about and with her dildo. It's in a bar. When they do Pride events, I don't think even in Virginia, when I went to Pride events, I don't think I ever saw something overtly sexualized specifically.
No, that's usually at a club.
Yeah.
Like at 12 at midnight.
Which is a different kind of drag show.
Right.
Yeah.
And I don't know of any kids or whatever they're going to be going to a gay club. And if so, maybe you need to check your parenting skills. And if you like to take them there, then that's your choice. But that stuff is a totally different thing.
Well, I was sneaking out into the gay bars when I was really young because there was nowhere else for me to go. If people would have been more accepting, then I probably wouldn't have, and I probably wouldn't have gotten into drugs as bad. No, I probably still would have. I like drugs.
Excuse me. So I do agree. Going back to like those events, the same thing like Southern Decadence and the French Quarter. I would never go because I do not want to see those types of sexual behaviors in a public place. Does that mean that's wrong for other people to do? No, but I'm not going to go because I'm not interested in that.
I want to go.
You do? Good luck.
I want to go to the French Quarter
stuff. Yeah, the French Quarter I would go.
If they like Mardi Gras, I just can't handle that. Although I would go once with Mike just because he offered to take us.
Yeah.
But it's too much people for me.
You know, for me it's I think Pride gets hyped up some, but to me Pride is about being authentic and really just being okay with yourself, you know? I don't think it's like some big parade in reality. I think it's unfortunately being made to not feel okay with who you are, and it's important to be prideful in the way that you're honest and authentic and just able to live life, especially if you grow up how I did. So it's not some parade, and it's not a t-shirt. Just being okay, because it's not a good feeling to feel bad about who you are.
The thing I loved about Pride when I was younger is the ability to finally go there and be allowed to just be out and not have to worry. But it was incredibly stressful to be there, you know, because I had a really bad a really bad experience with Christianity overall. So that spiritual aspect of me, when I got away from it, I overreacted to a point where, and we've talked about this on here, I overreacted to a point where I just couldn't even function, and I had to deal with that. Um, Yesterday at the Pride event we went to, at least half of the booths were really cool, really sweet little vendors of, some rainbow stuff, some not. There was all kinds of people there, kind of, and I forgot the word for it when the pandering. So there's some pandering. Then there were some local vendors just trying to make it and sell the really cool stuff that they make, which was awesome. The other half was some type of spirituality. There's the Unitarian Universalist congregations. There's 3 of those there. There was this other Christian church that was there. Like, look, we teach Jesus, we teach God, but we teach it the way we think it was designed, and that is not how they've been treating you up to this point. Is really nice. It's not for me, but I would go to it because I like to hear different aspects. But I get upset when people talk about pride negatively, because it's such an important part of my ability to be who I am as a young child. And I think now, as an adult, going there and seeing children, and not children, because they're children to me, but young people in their 20s and 30s, being able to express themselves and do things in an environment that was supposed to be easier. And 5 years ago it was. This year it's not. It's getting bad again. It's starting to get like, people are nervous. People are uncomfortable. I really appreciated the police presence there. There was one policeman that had a rainbow sticker on, and they were walking around with and they just were doing their job. It was really, that part was nice. But I don't know. I think pride gets conflated with these other things that just aren't important. And again, Bourbon Street, that if that is occurring there, I am of the mindset of it should be allowed. I am not the person to say it's not allowed. I'm the person that decides whether I'm visible to see it, and I don't care. It doesn't matter. But the only thing I care about, and I still think differently about this, is that events shouldn't be allowed for young children if that's a display that's going to happen. Like, I'm all about the free sex movements. People should be able to express themselves any way they want. Sexuality is natural. We taboo it way too hard. I remember being a young gay kid, and when I came out and when I was able to have access to other men and guys, as inappropriate as it was, I imbibed hardcore. Sure. Because I was not able to talk about it any other way. It was the only way I knew how to be gay. And if I would have had places like Kava culture, or even though there were a couple of similar ideas, or a church that allowed me to be who I was, that would have been very different. Mm-hmm. I would not have experienced STDs as an 18-year-old.
Yeah.
Because I went so hardcore on the other end because I had no other way to know how to be gay. And you learn it, obviously, as we get to your adult age, you start learning how to do that differently. And that gay, like we said last night, it's not all about being gay. My whole life isn't about being gay. However, it's the most important piece of it, because it is right now the central point of my relationship, the things that I do when I'm out. Because when I'm out in public, I go to a kava bar where it's safe to be gay openly versus a place that's not safe to be gay openly. So gay is still prominent. We talked about yesterday how gay shouldn't be the main thing, and it shouldn't, but it is. Not because I want it to be central to my life, but because it is central to who I am, only because our environment makes it so. You know what I mean? Like, when the world stops making it so, then it's not going to matter. But I can't make that happen. Morning, Kelvin.
Morning, Kelvin. Oh, James. Yeah, I grew up in Mesquite, Texas, and it was pure hell in the 90s. So it must not have changed too much. And it was very much, I was in high school in that time and being screamed at, faggot, and all this stuff, just going to work out a problem in algebra on the board, and I didn't even know what gay was, but I'm being screamed at all this stuff, and it's horrible. It's horrible. I will never live in Texas again, and my family is all there. It's just too much. I mean, I say never, but that is hell. I literally know about being in Texas and being gay, and then also, Southern Baptist, and it's just not.
Do you know where Forney is?
Oh yeah, that is not far from Mesquite.
That's awesome. I'm in
Poteet High School, 1996.
I'm in Dallas, Fort Worth, Richardson, Plano a lot. That's funny. County small.
Oh my God, Townie Small. Yeah, we probably did before. I remember being young before they did Townie Small, and they had this big ramp that went floor to floor, not an escalator, not an elevator, which they also had, but a big like ramp that went up, and one of them went up to Lane Bryant.
That's terrible.
Townie Small, and then Big Town. I don't know if you remember Big Town. I don't know what Big Town is now. It's probably been torn down.
Yeah. But honestly, I mean, I think
Trail dust.
That's what pride does, right? Pride allows you to be you, but you've been held back so far. I've talked about this before. I call it the rubber band theory. You pull the rubber band back so hard it snaps, and when it snaps, you just go so overboard. And that's what we did in the 2000s as gay, like I did anyway. In my 20s, I went so far overboard. I wanted to throw it in everybody's face. Fuck you, I'm gay. You know, I'm throwing it in your face because we were pulled until we snapped.
I did the wrong thing in high school as a response to that. I would wear like a shirt that was fuzzy and it said, "I can't even think straight." I went the same thing.
I did the same.
Total wrong way. I mean,
well, it's not the wrong way. It should be allowed. It wasn't helpful for sure. But I mean, that's the idea that you know, if people think of it that way, you know, gay is not central to our lives. And it shouldn't be the descriptive. It's an adjective. You know, big, tall, smart, thin, gay, straight. It's just a descriptor. But it's a big part of my life, our life, because it has to be, because it determines where I go still. And I'm not kidding, and this is to me the saddest thing in the world. I'm in Cleveland a lot too, well, not a lot, but often. I have buildings in Cleveland. I have to say hi one day, Kelvin. But what was I saying? I don't remember. That's how quick it goes out of my head. But yeah, since it's such a part of my life. That's what it was. I decide where I go based on being gay and where I'm comfortable. It's still very sad to me that when I'm at work, going to new buildings where our work is ramping up and we're real busy. We go into this new building. And everybody's like, "Oh, you're so nice, huh?" You know, small talk. And so, you know, how do you do? I was like, "Oh, I have a whole bunch of dogs. You do?" "Oh, I love dogs. I love dogs. Are you married?" I'm like, "Yeah." She's like, "Oh, what's your wife do?" And there's still that pause of, how's this going to go?
Yeah.
When you answer that question, right? I don't think people realize that. That's still a pause. And so people that don't pause, especially the younger gays, other people take that as throwing it in your face all of a sudden. Like, no. And that, we can talk about that for days. That still hurts me, and that is why pride is still important. Because we're not at the place yet where it's not. And you know what? If they need to have a straight pride, fine. Have it. Have a pride parade for being straight and loving women and men. Fine. I would probably go to that. But don't do it to be an asshole to gay people. Gay people aren't doing it because straight people exist. Gay people are doing it because we need a place where we can unapologetically be who we are and feel completely free for a moment. And it's big and it's avant-garde. It's huge because we can't do it in our daily life. We can't just be who we are every day. I liken it a lot to the pagan thing because this is connecting to spirituality. It's one of the reasons why paganism is so comfortable to me, because it allows those things to happen. I did see that in the news. That was hilarious.
6 people.
But I'm not kidding. If straight people wanted to do straight pride, right?
Probably fucking boring, first of all.
Well, no, let's say they made it big and straight pride was all about, what is the most important thing about straight people pride? Ziggy! Most important thing about straight pride to me would be children, right? Because that's the whole purpose of being heterosexual.
Yeah, reproducing.
Is having kids.
That's literally the purpose.
So they can make it a big kid event. They can make it, maybe it is an adult event. Maybe they have day straight pride and night straight pride, where they have sex on the streets and are free with their BDSM. It's all okay.
Like a swingers club.
But don't do it because you're trying to, I'm going to do it because the gay people do it. It's like the veterans do it. Like, should we have a civilians day? Or a civilians month? We have Veterans Month. Like,
When is Veterans Month? I wasn't aware
I
of that.
believe Veterans Month is November.
Oh, okay. That's good that they have that. I'm glad they have that.
And don't quote me on it. It may not be Veterans Month. It might be Armed Services Month. It's another name.
Well, that's good.
Yeah, in addition to just Veterans Day. But it is November. But do it.
I do want to say, if I may, a couple of good experiences that I really, simple, but I needed to experience the past year. And the first was that, everything's so hyped up, and you see, like, especially about Florida and gay this and all the crazy stuff they're doing, but the people here overall are not crazy. They're normal. So I had to look for a different barber about 6 months ago, and I randomly picked one and just went, and it was the most different but neat experience. It was these guys were all obviously straight. It was an old-timey barber. The walls and ceiling were stained yellow from probably years of smoking in there, that occurred before it was not legal. And, the barber was a guy probably my age. There was it's an older, like, senior citizen guy there, and another guy was in between, like in the early 30s. And they were just talking and shooting the shit and talking about, it was normal for them to say, hey, go to this place. It's anybody goes, gay, straight, bi, whatever. It was just normal shit. And it was really nice because that's how most people are. I don't think they give a shit. But it's the ones that pay attention and are dangerous and act on stuff that's crazy. But the majority here, I think, are normal. They don't care. Are you a good neighbor? What do you want to talk about? And then a couple times walking down our street, I have neighbors that they'll just stop. Hey, where's your better half? Where's your other half? What's he doing?
Yep.
So it's normal. So I really needed those experiences because with everything going on, if you pay attention with the media, and of course they're going to hyper focus on things. It's nice to know that normal people aren't like that. So why the people in power are focusing on abortion and all this stuff, I don't know. It's their personal thing.
It's control, and they want, like we talked about last night. That was a good point. They want theocracy. They want those things to happen. Paranormal, yay!
Paranormal.
So, I wanted to talk about Pride today. I don't want it to be all about like being gay. I wanted to really bring up and kind of talk about the ability to be yourself and who you are, whether it's gay or something else. There's something in your life that makes it difficult to express openly, and it's important to work through those things. I just am very disappointed at how the world is treating, the U.S. is treating its people. It doesn't make sense, and it really sucks.
I was just saying I need to text you, Paranormal, and check on you. I meant to do that last week.
Yeah. I mean,
I need to be better on that.
The real idea behind all this for me is, doing the right thing as much as possible. Being yourself as much as possible, allowing others to be themselves as much as possible. Stop fighting to make things harder for other people. It just makes no sense. Connects really hard to me spiritually, because I have just as much trouble initially when somebody asks, what religion are you? That came up yesterday at Kava.
Mm-hmm.
You probably heard me stutter and pause. And I didn't say pagan initially. I kind of danced around it before I got to it to see what they were thinking. Because you don't know. It's really scary to, and like it's uncomfortable because you don't want to say, they're like, oh, well, that's gross, or that's really dangerous, because then I'll get defensive.
Yeah.
But it went well, the conversation.
I have straight.
Pagan. Oh, let me click it.
I have straight passing guilt.
Yeah.
I think I want to work with Lucifer. Oh.
That would be fun. I have never worked with Lucifer, but the morning light, the dawn of things, I would think of Lucifer as
very interesting.
Very East-oriented, if I'm comparing it to paganism for me. It would be very all about the dawn or the guiding light at night. Mm-hmm. Clarity.
Clear-mindedness.
Showing the way, finding the way. Yeah. That's very cool. Paranormal. I don't know much about Lucifer, but Um,
Oh, all right. Maybe he's doing it to set you on a way,
yeah.
some direction.
So, paganism, to end this out, really provides a space for spiritually for me that allows all these other things to happen. And probably is the most central thing in my life, honestly, because it connects all the dots for me. I have some type of, like I said earlier, some type of thing that oh, I don't think there's any left, but you can just take it.
Check. You want some if there is?
No. Just the ability to think through and. Uh-oh, is she outside? Uh-oh. We have a doggy outside. Oh, it's warm out. Yeah. Oh yeah. Paganism to me is just the backdrop of all the different things we can do, like spiritually. It's why I use it, because it includes to me everything under the sun. Left hand, Satanism, all, and I know people don't agree with that, and it's fine, but I do. I picture them all as part of one thing, and it's paganism that allows me to practice the many different ideals and thoughts that I have, including some points of Christianity are in there, But that's really what it comes down to for me, is the ability to do and be who you are, and you know what? Pagan pride is a thing. I'd like to go to that a couple times. It doesn't mean that you're not can't be proud to be something else. Are you mad at me? I left you outside.
His name is Lapati.
I left her outside. She's not mad. Make sure you're not panting. I'm good. You didn't leave the house. That was okay. If you would have left the house. She doesn't like laying with me.
Come lay with Mima. Mima. Are you a Mima?
Yeah, I want to look that up because I really want to do a pagan pride event. I think that'd be really fun. Oh, I am jealous.
You stinky girl. Stinky girl.
Anything else you want to say?
No, not me. I think I'm good with my contrarian approach, problem solving, and focus.
One day it will all be yours. Look forward, doofus. There you go. That's
there he
better.
goes. He's wise beyond his ears. He knows a lot of stuff.
I love you, Bobo. You're so handsome. He probably thinks his name is Handsome now. Handsome.
He does.
Yeah. Yeah, I would love to go see that. I don't know if I'd want to do it in Salem. That might be too busy now, because it's real busy, I hear. I think it's time to consider doing tarot. If anybody would like a read, let us know. We'll pull a couple of cards and one apiece, and then we'll get some of that out. General read, unless you say otherwise. We got Ziggy in the house. Kelvin, Manny, Dragon, James. Got your question. Thank you.
Oh.
All right. We'll do it. Paranormal. I know sometimes you want to read and sometimes not. Just want to make sure I don't miss you. Anybody else like a read? Gotcha. Open it upside
really
down.
need to look at. I'm gonna go back into Gaia.
I watch Gaia still myself.
You do?
Uh-huh.
Oh, I need to. I just don't know how to get into it.
Pay $100 a month. I mean, a
A
year.
month?
A year.
Damn. Okay.
Sorry, I said that wrong.
Who's first? Ziggy.
All right, today I am using this tarot. This is Incromancy. I'm gonna leave it right here to block that light. Incromancy is by the Weird Ink Society, and this is Incromancy Monsters and Myths. It's a group of tattoo artists that collectively call themselves Weird Ink Society. They get together periodically, almost yearly, and they will do all kinds of artwork. And so each card is art by a different person. This is by Faye Tattoos on Instagram, Ace of Swords. And so each one is a different artist in most cases. Some of them are repeats. They're so pretty. Like, oh my God, I love these cards. That's the back, so you can see it for a minute. Just
These are really pretty.
freaking pretty. And somehow I must have been high or drunk because I ordered 8 copies of it. So I got to give some out, which was nice. You got a copy, didn't you?
I did. Thank you.
I got 3 more.
They were very nice.
One's marked by
Monsters and Myths.
Atius. These cards are really nice card stock, but they're really flexible. So when I go to shuffle them, they're a little difficult to shuffle. And they're gold foiled, and whenever I have foiled cards, I try to be really careful. But Ziggy's first.
Ziggy.
So Ziggy Dreadful.
That's how I got my what? Rune deck? Is that what it says? I can't. Oh, runic deck.
Yeah.
Uh,
That is how.
and I am using, the Magic of You Oracle deck by Fiona Horn, who's a freaking awesome witch. If you don't know about her, look up Fiona Horn. She's from Australia. She's been a pilot, a witch. She was in a rock band in the 90s. This woman has manifested so many things. So check out Fiona Horn. She's definitely a manifester.
I can't remember which episode on Gaia TV she is in, but she's been in a couple of episodes on there, and she's just really down to earth. I love her.
They say she was a pilot. She got her pilot license. Yeah.
Yeah, commercial pilot, actually.
Yeah.
She decided to manifest that shit.
Yeah.
I kind of feel like the first step of manifestation is cleaning out all the other things.
Let's see what this is.
All right. Ziggy. First card. I'll give you a minute to look at it. The Empress. In the major arcana, the Empress represents fruitfulness, bearing of good things, being bountiful, and having a lot of good, positive things in your life. The Empress is complete control of her kingdom, right? She knows what's going on. She's loved, she's cared for, and she represents the ability to care for others. She represents having the golden apple, which means the ability to provide for people around her. The Empress sometimes does a little too much. She can represent, having a little too much. But in this case, that's not what I'm feeling. I'm getting the true, I'm just blessed to be bountiful and to have the things around me that I need to do and be who I am. So the Empress comes up for me, and depending on other cards, when you need a reminder of just how much of a queen you are and how powerful you are and how in control you actually are, meaning you may not feel that all the time, and you may be in a situation now where you're not feeling it as much as you used to or usually do. And she's saying, get it back, girl, you're still the queen. Come on now. You are the Empress. You have all the information.
All right. And from the Magic of You Oracle, I drew number 14, the Loveria card. It's Let Love Grow. It's kind of a green or an earthy colored card. It's got 2 people embracing. The second person, which is actually facing us, the head is a skull and a glass sphere or orb. And to me, it's just saying to pay attention, to things that you love in your life, whether it's a person, a job, a hobby, and see if it really is something that you you enjoy or love, and if it's organic, it's not something for organic, not something forced, or an idea of it.
Organic.
That needs to be on a shirt. It's just about really evaluating those things, and mainly for your time. Are you enjoying or being reciprocated for the energy that you put out? So it's more about organic love of things and or people.
It's pretty
interesting. Yeah, interesting.
Very
card.
interesting.
I've never pulled that card from this deck before.
Very nice. Organic? Is that the name of the card?
Organic. Oh, hush.
Ziggy, I hope that tells you something. And Kelvin is up next.
Kelvin.
Let's see what Kelvin's...
My petite, what does Kelvin need to know? Huh?
He needs to know about cards.
About cards. She's so cute. Oh, you're a pretty baby. You're a warm baby. All right, Elvis.
Ma, you pick a card?
Oh, she picked
that one. The little snout left a little watermark. Ma Petite pulled you a card, Kelvin. Huh, oh God. She pulled the Tower. The Tower is one of those cards that everybody says, oh my God, the Tower shows up. But I love the Tower because the Tower's like, all right, things are going in a way. They may not be what you think or the way you think or the way you want them to go, but they're going to go the way they have to go. And that involves tearing something down, like changing your entire perspective of something, your entire base and foundation, so that you can switch to something that is actually going to be more beneficial for you in the future. I think of the Tower kind of like a cicada or a locust with its locust skin shedding and leaving behind that old mindset and having a new mindset. The Tower showing up by itself to me is in a spiritual essence is saying there's a concept in your head that you need to let go of and move on to the next thing because it's time for you to move forward into a new realm, into a new idea, a new system, a new process. Tower is not a bad card. It's not even negative to me. It's all about recognizing that something needs to change and you have to let go of it completely for the new thing to be born and brought into place. And it's going to take some time. Serpent shedding its skin, absolutely. It's all about, it's necessary. It's a good thing. It has to happen, but you'll grow by allowing that to happen.
All right, and I pulled card number 25, Phenomenon. Okay, Phenomenon, it's saying this week, it says on there, be still and listen to the spirits. But to me, this week, pay attention to that inner voice or tug that you're getting with your intuition, your mind, your body, your senses that's saying, hey, pay attention to this. Well, listen to it this week. It's going to give you some good insight when a nagging or a pestering feeling or sense presents itself.
It's all mystical smoke.
Yeah, it is. Pay attention to intuition and gut and this week.
I like it.
So many.
All right. Mystic Manning is up next.
Okay. Where's Nutella? Does she want to bless him a card?
Where did Nutella go? She's like, I ain't participating if he's here.
Ma, you're so cutie. You're so cutie, Ma. You're a cutie, baby. I love you, little sugar. I love you, petite.
All right, Mystic Manny.
I love you, petite.
Oh, this is the cutest card. The Page of Pentacles. This is by Ash Wheeler Tattoos.
Ash Wheeler.
It's hard to say anything about this card because there's so much on it. Page of Pentacles. So we talked about court cards before. My court cards are people, but can represent yourself too, but generally a person. And the Page of Pentacles is that like the freshman, the new guy with the pentacles is like, I've got all these things and I'm really excited. He's willing to share, but he doesn't really understand all of what he's about to do because he's just starting it, but he's real excited to start it. So this is a new adventure, a new thing, because everything up to this point has gone well. And it's going to continue to go well. You'll still get your pot of gold. You'll still be able to move forward. Pentacles are all about like our things that are safety and security to us, which may mean your finances, your house, your groundedness. And so the page is like, ooh, I'm really excited. I got this new thing. I'm a little nervous about it, but I'm ready to do it. I got a whole lot of learning to do, and then I got to do some experience stuff, but I'm really, really excited. And we just got to get going. And it's going to have a very good return on your safety and security. So you'll get something out of it that you need that will allow you to be more safe and more secure in general. That is a cute card.
It is really cute. Well, I drew a clarifier, so 2, because I shuffled and the first one I got was Phenomena again. Listen to the spirits, listen to intuition. So to clarify it, I pulled Epiphany, which is to reveal your gifts. So pay attention to your intuition this week. There is somebody that will need your help, and it's something that you can help them, not with a mundane answer. It may be a mundane task or issue, but you'll need to use your gifts to help them. So pay attention to your intuition, and then it's okay when you feel like you should help somebody. It's a safe thing, and they actually need it. Temperance Moon.
Very cool. Hello, Temperance Moon. Hope you're doing well. We're kind of nearing the end of the show. We're in our tarot portion. But if you'd like us to pull a card for you, we're just pulling one apiece. Please let us know. We are doing some general readings. Unless you have a specific question, which is fine, you just put it up in the chat, and we'll give you a card if you want. We got a few people ahead of you. We had a fun topic today. We talked about pride. We talked about spirituality and why pride is necessary. So glad to see you in. Thank you for stopping by. But yes, dragon is next for read, so I need to focus on my dragon.
Hello, baby. Bon appetit.
Finn's laying on the pad in the window in the sun.
Oh, Finn.
I don't know why he's not in this chair. Oh, the sun's not shown on the chair now. It's too late in the day.
He's so cute.
Our Finny is a sunbather.
Yeah, he is.
Yeah, and Temperance, I know we've changed the time, so that doesn't help, I'm sure. We now do 9:45 Eastern instead of 10:45. Because we were running into trouble where we were canceling and not doing the show
Dragon?
so much because we were having to do things, and so we moved it up just an hour, which is just enough time to get this in and move on to the other things that we have to do in the day. So we're now 9:45 is when we start with a 10 o'clock video time. All right, dragon. Ten of Wands is your first card, dragon. Oh. The Ten of Wands is the part of this cycle of wands of career where you've arrived. It's the part of your passion projects where you're doing a really, really like height of career kind of thing. Doesn't mean you peaked. It just means within a project you are hitting your best stride. You are a master at it. Whether that's beading, whether it's jewelry making, whether it's some other type of creation or crafting or even work related stuff. You're coming into that full. It's like Joy with her woolies. The Ten of Wands is you're the one. You're perfection. This is your expertise now. So whatever you've been working on recently that you've kind of maybe drawn in some new inspiration from, and you felt really like, wow, I'm actually doing a really good job. The Ten of Wands is saying, yeah, you are, and you need to make sure that you're using that to its best potential and utilizing it to move forward. After the Ten of Wands comes the One, right, or the Ace. So this means that some other things are going to be soon coming into that you'll be experiencing to improve on those things. But right now, you've got one thing, something in there that you've been doing that's just become one of your top techniques, or what, I don't know how else to explain it. It doesn't have to be like a project either. It can be, your knowledge on a subject, although other cards would be helpful to that. Regardless, the idea behind the 10 is that, I've arrived. I've perfected this part of the craft. It's beautiful, and you are, going to the world with it.
I love the card I pulled because it speaks to yours a little bit, but it looks exactly like something that Dragon would wear. A headdress. I pulled Opulence. Doesn't that look like something Dragon would wear and has?
It absolutely does.
Well, sorry.
Looks like Highland.
Yep. Opulence, it's time to lead. So, your expertise or guidance is needed from a spiritual or magical level for someone, or a process, and it's just saying that it's, please step up. It's time to lead or direct. You're an expert or very knowledgeable in the area, so please step up and lead that. It definitely looks like I have a similar. Yeah, it looks
Opulence.
like you.
That is a pretty card. It's very Highland.
Can you see the head? Can you even see it, or was it too light? Now you can see it. The antlers. Sure. All right. Now we're gonna go to the. You're welcome, and then we're going to James. Their question.
We got a surgery coming up that we want to know if the approval will go well. So let's see what we get. There's a few cards in tarot that are like yes/no cards. For me, the Justice card is a yes/no card. I need to pull 2 cards to get a yes/no answer, though, because I just always pull a second card clarifying to make sure that what we're talking about is what it actually is. So we'll get 2 cards here real quick and see what the answer is. Four of Swords. Okay. 6 of Swords. You got 2 swords, so it's not going to go simply. The 4 of Swords generally is representative of a much needed rest, of a time for respite, or where it's going to take. You need space in between something. So my bet is it's going to be slow. It's not going to happen immediately. And then the 6 of Swords often represents and I hate to it's the stealing or the deception behind something. So I'm getting the idea that the approval process or getting what you need to get done is probably going to be really difficult. I'm not saying it can't happen or won't happen, but it's not going to be as simple as, hey, this is just working out smoothly. It doesn't seem like that's going to happen. This is specific to that situation, so not the surgery itself. If you have to have that, that would be a different read. But we're talking just about that process of the surgery approval itself, not the actual surgery. So just keep that in mind. A 4 of Swords, again, is both swords represent opportunities or difficulties or challenges. And to get 2 of them in a row, it's going to be a challenge. But of the cards that you would get, the 4 and the 6 are kind of not the worst ones you could have got, right? It's just going to take longer than it needs to, and then the 6 is like you're going to have to put a little bit more into it than you think you did. I foresee like a denial initially, and then maybe an approval afterwards.
That's what I'm kind of getting with mine. I pulled Samadhi, perfect acceptance.
Samadhi,
and if you look at it, there's looks like branches, thorns, but there's also a flower in there, a rose. And it's just saying like it might be bumpy, but don't be distracted by, it's not going to probably go like immediately as far as the approval goes, but
Maybe
don't be
some
distracted
thorns.
by that because it will go through after a little bit and just accept the process. It's frustrating, especially if it's related to insurance or whatever it is, authorizations. But once you get through, ultimately, there is a rose. Just try to be patient.
And every rose it has a
I gotta go teach him a missing
thorn.
I'm sorry to disturb you, sweetie.
And every
I know you're
time
mad at me.
I've held the rose,
I know you're mad at me.
seems I only felt the thorn. All right.
Shush, baby.
Hope that gives you some answer. Yeah, report back. Let me know if the cards lied.
Chichi boom. She's a petite.
Because
She's a la petite.
they haven't yet. Although this is the first time I've ever worked with these, but they're pretty well readable. I like these cards. Like I would use these for sure.
I love you. Petite, I gotta go potty, petite. I love you. Don't be mad at me, okay?
Paranormal is next.
Paranormal.
I know Rook is going to run to the restroom, but we'll go ahead and get prepared. Good luck. And we both work in healthcare. We know how that goes. Paranormal. And one more little cleanse here. Knock off that energy. King of Cups. Oh, the King of Cups Paranormal is an amazing card to me. They're all amazing. But the King of Cups is like this whole happy family. And look at the imagery on this. We've got a death's head moth. Little cute caricature of what looks like a death's head moth. But this is a really good sign for your question for working with Lucy because, again, happy family card. This means everything is going off without a hitch. Everything is well. It's comfortable. Things are going well. Like you feel good about it. Whatever's on your mind. And the King of Cups is, again, the king. He's got everything under control. So the king is showing up with you or for you. So what does that tell you? Lucifer is a king, right? So pay attention to those little synchronicities and things that you're seeing all around because it looks like you should be working with who you're talking about, Lucifer. I would. This is definitely an image and a read and a meaning that tells me, yeah, we should be moving forward with things.
Yeah. Don't look at me evilly.
She just did.
Why do you look at me evilly?
Because you're not holding me. My neck hurts really bad. Oh, her tongue, I love it. Look at her tongue.
Lolly.
You
Your
see
tongue
it?
is lolling.
Her tongue is just barely sticking out. It's so cute.
All right, Miss Ma
I love
Petite.
you, Ma. I love my mama. Mama. Maman. She's my maman. I don't think we're riding bikes to the church.
Yeah.
We'll take the car. We'll
Yeah.
ride later tonight.
That sounds like a great idea.
Don't
Ooh, let's see. All right. So I did pull two cards or draw two cards because we had another repeater, which was Lovaria, Let Love Grow. And that's about being organic in what you're looking at, loving, interested in studying. In this case, the question was, should you work with them? You know, do you feel if that's been communicating to you, that entity, then you should. Okay, it's been in your heart for a while. And then, to clarify, I pulled resilience. It says, burn away the past.
This is so pretty.
To me, this says, yeah, when you work with Lucifer, you're going to have to forget kind of your preconceived notions and ideas of what that is, because Lucifer, the light bringer, is about, saying the truth, seeing what things really are or should be. It's about direction, so you're going to need to put everything you think or everything you know outside of it, and if you do decide to work with them, you have to be like invested and open to it. So I think that's a good sign.
Yeah.
Do it.
I agree. I can get in a whole on 100%. You should.
Yeah.
Like, without question.
But commit to being open. I mean, commit to being open. Oh, psychosis.
Aw, I went over and kissed Finn.
That's below with me. Because I had spiritual awakening and I suddenly below. I doubt myself.
All right, Temperance, you're up. I see your question.
Temperance Moon. All right.
Let's ask
see.
about...
What do we have?
I'm not going to ask about Belial specifically. I'm just going to ask if your desire or your thought process to hear a call. Are you supposed to be answering the call you're hearing? Because I think that might give me more information. Come on. Hey. Be nice to your sister. Eight of Pentacles. Temperance, the Eight of Pentacles is your masterwork card. The Finn, if you get mean to her, I'm going to come after you. Stop it. Although she is really mean to him. Sorry, guys. We got some crunchy and grumpy chihuahuas. You be so grumpy. She's just my petite. She's mean to me, though. Doesn't give you right to be mean back. Sorry, Eight of Pentacles. Temperance, Eight of Pentacles is a masterwork card. It means your physical craft or the thing that you are feeling like in your gut is perfect. It comes up very similar to the Page of Pentacles. The difference with the Page is it's representing a person that is doing the work. The Eight of Pentacles is representing the work itself, the craft. So what I'm hearing or getting out of the Eight of Pentacles or out of this card isn't saying that is Belial with you, is so much as listen to your gut. And what your gut is telling you is what is perfect, is what is the real thing. Eight of Pentacles is that it's always the gut card to me. It's very earthbound. It's very, I feel it. Like not feeling as in like the cups aspect of it, but I feel it deep inside of my being. Which is a little bit different than an emotional feeling, right? It's that gut feeling of, I'm open to it. I feel it. I see it. I'm having this thought process. I absolutely do not see spiritual psychosis here. This is a Pentacles card. It is grounded. Pentacles are you've got your feet in the dirt in this situation. So no spiritual psychosis. Absolutely 100% listen to what your gut is telling you and exactly how you feel. If you had a spiritual awakening, like you said, and you feel that this is where you go, you do it, and you do it 100%. Don't stop, don't question, don't slow down. Just dive into it and do it.
All right, I did pull two because the first one was a repeat, so I always clarify, see if there's something specific, and there was. So opulence, time to lead, that means like a yes card, take action, affirmative. And to confirm, I pulled tangibility, make your dreams real. So whatever that entity is, it would say that it is what you perceive it as. Belial, it means to listen. It's real, and it's not something that you're having a spiritual psychosis. So that is a yes card and a validation card that it is tangible, it's real, it's something that you manifest, not something you're imagining. So do it.
Yep, I have to confirm. I have to agree with Paranormal Witch there, Temperance. This is definitely not a spiritual psychosis.
Yeah.
Because I mean, look at even these cards. Tangibility. Tangibility is an Earth card, right? Something that's tangible. So we've got Pentacle. We've got all Earth here. Pentacles are physicalities and gut feelings and real tangible things. Tangibility. You've got opulence. Opulence is absolutely a Pentacles sign, right? If you're opulent, you have lots of things. They're gorgeous. They're meaningful. They're enriched. So you are absolutely grounded in this theory or this thought that you have. There's no question to me. As always, it's been really fun reading.
I hope that helps. Look, I
I've
hope that helps
enjoyed
you.
it.
I hope that helps you.
Got some good movement in there. And you're a Taurus? Yeah, right? Look at that. See, you're getting all the signs. You're just not listening to them. They're right there. Don't doubt yourself. Like that spiritual psychosis content, or comment, I mean, is exactly what this is telling you to stop doing. You know, stop doubting yourself on that. That's big. 80% of the reason we fail at stuff is because we doubt ourselves. Hell, it's my issue that I've had this morning since I woke up. I very much doubt myself in something specific, and where did the little booklet go that goes with this? Oh, sorry, Mom.
Oh, I didn't put these in. Put it all in there.
Anyway, I'll find it. But my little booklet, oh, right here. See, we're living our dream here. But I am having the same problem where I'm not confident in a certain thing that I want to do, and it's causing me stress, and I need to fix it because nobody else can fix it but me. But it has been wonderful working with you guys again, reading, having some conversations, talking, sharing our thoughts about stuff. It's always a blessing. And I'm very, very much appreciated. So we're going to go ahead and close. From the north, Widdershins to the east, undoing the circle that is cast. May it be open, but unbroken.
Have a great week.
Have a great weekend
Thank you. Have a
at
great
the end,
weekend.
and then a great week next week, and enjoy life.